At this point, we open the liquid tape. Now, I'm going to paint everything on here. The idea behind this is to help prevent air from getting to it. And now I pick up my piece of heat shrink and I put this onto here. Go ahead and slide it back. And I'll take the torch and I'll start shrinking this down, and I'll finish shrinking this only after I have put the liquid tape here and the heat shrink, and I've connected all these black wires together. But the way this thing is now wired, if you know anything about a circuit, to have a complete circuit, you have to have an origin, a load, and a return. Or you could say you have a battery, plus or minus, a load, and then the battery, plus or minus. In this case, because this is direct current, and the path it's going to follow is from the source to the load and back, I can actually use this 3-wire system here and have each one of these panels individually testable, which is what I decided to go ahead and do just to show you how it's done. It wasn't my original intention, but since I'm more interested in showing you ways to do things and save you money, arm the torch, slide it back on here. Yeah, maybe off camera, I'm not sure. I'm watching the torch, not. Now, as you can see, that's nice and shrunk down on there. I'll trim this end, and then I will put the electrical tape on it to act as a seal, and then we'll bundle this one to that one. In the meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and finish this negative here so that we don't end up sparking it against our positives here. Oops. At this point, all the blacks are connected together, white to white, white to green, which means that I can individually check the power, that's both volts and amps, to determine my watts coming off of each panel. It's now time to tape this up, weather seal it, and put it back in this electrical box. I'm going to do that offline. I will tell you that number 88 tape by 3M is really, really good. There's a super 88 tape, costs more, but the 88 tape is what everybody I know that's an electrician has always told me to use. Don't buy the cheap stuff from Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Home Depot. Get the 3M 88 tape. It's the best. This is not sponsored. I'm just telling you, it's the best. And you really want that for the longevity of the tape. So I'm going to tape this up, weather seal this all up, and put it back in the box. We're up here at the control box. I've removed these wires because I'm getting ready to prime them with tin in order to have a better contact inside their contact point. Arm the torch, fire it off. Alright, that's good. Alright, I'll have to scrape up some of this solder. As you can see, I've got a little bead there. That's not good. I'll clean up this insulation. I'll put heat shrink onto it. Now, while we're here, This orange line right here that you see is the one that comes from those two panels. Now this green is is negative for the first panel, and we can test that in 1 second, which I will do. And this is negative for the other panel. These will tie together for right now, but I will separate them later so that I can actually test each one to see if I'm getting the proper volts and amps. And also I need to adjust these panel angles because the mounts I have over there are not permanent. I put these things up, as all of you know, I was sick last year and I never finished building the permanent mounts. So what we're going to do is we're going to check the power on this, make sure everything is feeding the way it should, and then we'll finish this off. We'll solder some tin onto these, and then life will be good. This is how I get insulation off of this. Now I just tested this, and I was not getting real good continuity on this, which means that I have corrosion, and that's why I'm tinning these up. I'm also getting ready to put these in a weather sealed box. Again, as I said, I never finished my project last year, and I'm just now getting around to getting stuff done. So what I do, let's see, make sure y'all can see this. What I do is I clamp down on it just slightly, and I twist the wire in order to make a tear. Then I jump onto it and I pull off, and as you can see, I have not hit the wires or damaged anything. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut all these wires down to the same length so I don't have to deal with a bunch of wire being all gunked up. I'll strip some insulation off of these, I will tin these, and then we're going to check this to make sure that this has good continuity, that it's nice and clean, that the wires in here have good continuity, and then we will be putting this all back together. I have a weatherproof box. I don't know if I'm going to be able to install it today just because you know how projects kind of build up on you. But we're going to see what we can do. We have a negative here, a negative right here on this one, and down here on this green one we have a negative. On the back side of this, this feeds with uninsulated wire up to here, where it now feeds into the line that feeds my equipment. I have two hots here and here, which are all bound into this one, which then feeds into my hot, which is right here. Inside the panel, the hot comes in and comes up right here and then goes out right there, and it comes over here to here, and then right there it feeds down and it goes into my controller. These two lines right here are 12 volt, and they come from a battery which is down below what you're seeing, and this runs my timer. Right now the power in my timer is 12.1 volts. Is 12.1 volts. The timer right here shows to be 1805. This is a JVR timer, and I'll put a link to the thing in the description. The instructions can help you to learn, be a lot quicker to just watch a video on how to set these timers. I'm not going to go into how they work because that's beyond the scope of this presentation. I just wanted to show you that I have this thing set up. Back this out some. I have this set up right here where I have 3 negatives coming in, and I'll be able to put amp meters or a test amp point on all of this, and I'll be able to test each panel for what power is actually being produced. And to be quite honest with you, at this point, I'm pretty happy with it. This is all temporary while I build the rest of the system, but at least you can see how it's going together. Please leave your thoughts and comments. If you like what you're seeing, I'd ask you to hit the subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Help me to grow my channel. I don't ask for money. I'm trying to do this entirely without doing a Patreon or buy me a coffee, or setting up an OnlyFans page for people to watch my dog play. So if you like what you're seeing, I'd appreciate the subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Dysfunctional Vet out.